not over to the side, just because I'm not getting up from this seat ever again. Safari! YouTube. Is this working? Hello, peoples. Hello, YouTubes. As John would say, I know Alright, my camera angle is pretty crap, but alright. We'll just move over slightly. Tonight I'll use it. Not yet. Is it? It is. And that's way too loud. Yeah. Going on to resume. Sexual predator Bill Cosby could be jailed for 10 years. I'm just coming up after the break. I missed that completely. Alright, well, I'll do it live. Coming up after the break, sexual predator Bill Cosby could be jailed for 10 years. Just going up after the break. And now, the ITV is at 10 with Jack Mills. I can hear my hard drive and everything. Just pretend there's an ad here. It's all the- Sexual predator Bill Cosby can be jailed up to 10 years for allegedly drugging and sexually assaulting a girl over a decade ago. Jeremy Corbyn refuses to rule out extending UK's deadline for leaving EU, and beluga whale spotted in the River Thames near Gotland. This is ITV Evening News with Jack Mills. Good evening. Now, as we load up the page, Bill Cosby can be jailed over historical sexual attack, assault, same things. Comedian Bill Cosby has been jailed for up to 10 years for drugging and sexually assaulting a woman over a decade ago. The 81-year-old was sentenced in Philadelphia on Tuesday of the attack on film basketball administrator Andrew Constal, you twant. This way. I don't want to make that full screen. Right, I'm just going to do this completely again. Just like massively say, as James May says, cocked it up. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Sexual predator Bill Cosby can be jailed up to 10 years for allegedly drugging, sexually assaulting a woman over a decade ago. Jeremy Corbyn refuses to rule out extending UK's deadline for leaving the EU, and beluga whale spotted in the Thames near Gravesend. This is ITV Evening News with Jack Mills. Good evening. Comedian Bill Cosby has been jailed for up to 10 years for drugging, sexually assaulting a woman over a decade ago. The 81-year-old was sentenced in Philadelphia on Tuesday for the attack on former basketball administrator Andrea Codsand in his home, in 2004. James Mates reports.
Prosecuting comments, sir.
There's some shocking imagery. Bill Cosby has been jailed, as you just saw in the video. Hopefully, if my transitioning worked. So you make it black. Or what? Yeah, so very shocking imagery. He's been sentenced in Plymouth, in Philadelphia. What a coincidence. Yeah. Cosby was convicted in April of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault, the first celebrity trial for the Me Too era. During sentencing, a judge labelled Cosby as sexual violent predator, meaning he must also undergo monthly counselling for the rest of his life and appear on the sex offender register. Wouldn't like to be him. Prosecutors have argued for a sentence between 5 and 10 years, but the judge ruled in favour for a term date ranging from 3 to 10 years. Since Miss Constand went to the police in 2005, more than 60 women have been accused of Cosby sexual misconduct through none of the claims have led to criminal charges. Here's some more imagery of Bill Cosby getting into a car again. So it's clear, some people supporting him, some people think he's, hasn't done this, and some people think he's done this. But the 45-year-old said a training professional as basketball player, had led her to think she could handle anything, but life knew it ended on the night Cosby knocked her out with pills and violated her. She said lives alone with her 2 dogs and troubles trusting people. When sexual assault happened, I was a young woman brimming with confidence, looking forward to a future with bright possibilities, she wrote in a 5-page statement. Now, almost 15 years later, I'm a middle-aged woman who's stuck in a holding pattern for most of her adult life and was unable to fully or to move forward. Ms. Constance said her life had not been the same since the assault. Now then, something you don't see every day. A whale got beached. Didn't get beached. A beluga whale got spotted in the Thames, which is very unusual. It must be disorientated, as beluga whales normally go up to the Arctic Circle, and in the winter like to go under the ice caps, if you didn't know, North Pole. But before that, you got the drink over. Before that, Jeremy Corbyn refuses to rule out extending UK's deadline for leaving the EU. Here's a political video report by political editor Robert Heston.
A Labour leader on the eve of his big speech, wanting to highlight his big plans for childcare and giving workers shares in their companies, but hijacked by, you guessed it, Brexit.
Keir Starmer said the option of Remain was open. Massive standing ovation. Can I check? Did he clear that statement with you?
The speech was, of course, discussed in advance, and what we said was that we'd put this motion to conference, which was agreed by 200 delegates from differing perspectives.
But just to be clear, the explicit line, which actually wasn't in the version that he put out, that Remain is an option, you knew he was going to say that.
The speech was cleared, so yes, of course I knew.
But a referendum is only a possibility if MPs, including Labour ones, vote against any Brexit deal or no deal the Prime Minister puts to them.
If she brings anything to Parliament that looks like her Chequers plan, that fails your tests, and Labour would vote against.
Obviously, it will be tested against our questions, our 6 questions.
Your view is Chequers fails those tests, doesn't it?
Yes, it is my view, but they may come up with something else, but I doubt it.
A chunk of your voters, not the majority, voted to leave. Don't you worry that some of them will think that you are standing in the way of Brexit?
Nobody voted to lose their job. Nobody voted to damage the living standards of the majority of people in this country. They voted leave out of anger, anger at deindustrialisation, anger at fly-by-night economics.
If we were staring at a no-deal Brexit, and the only way to prevent that would be to delay the date of leaving the EU, would you be in favour of that?
27 months gone and very little achieved. There are not very many more months to go. I see that.
So I think what you're saying is it is an option delaying the 29th of March, because none of the rest of what you've said makes sense unless you're prepared to accept that's a possibility.
Look, all the options are going to be there. That's clear. That's absolutely clear.
Now, Corbyn's Labour is the most overtly socialist and therefore anxiety-inducing for the wealthy and business leaders of any in living memory.
Now, your old friend Andrew Murray thinks that because you're challenging the establishment so much, he thinks the Secret Services are probably working to undermine you.
I haven't noticed it if they are. So it's not something that keeps me awake at night. In fact, nothing keeps me awake at night.
Not even, it seems, all those Brexit uncertainties and rows.
There, video by Rob Paston. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has admitted to ITV News that delaying the start of Brexit next March is an option. He said if any deal with the government is not being accepted by his party, and then they will vote against it. When told by ITV News political editor Robert Peston, it would be inconceivable for a general election to be held, a Labour government performed, and the party negotiates a different deal with the EU before the UK agreed leaving date March 29, 2019. Mr Corbyn said all options were there. We would negotiate with the EU, Labour leader, adding that the party was the one who put forward the transition period in the first place. Mr Corbyn refused to rule out anything to Robert Peston. All the options will be there. Watch full interview in full on itvnews.com with the slash. That's it. What Labour's 6 tests about with the Brexit deal? Strong collaborating future relationships with the EU, the exact same benefits as a single market for the customs union membership, fair management of migration, defence of rights and protections for national security, delivering of all regions and nations of the UK. Ahead of calling a general election, Mr Corbyn said it would seek to send... Alright. Oh, great timing. Oh, God's sakes. Oh, continuing on that bombshell. If they are unable to do this, they should get out of the way and have an election so the country can make a decision on who it wants to handle the situation with. When when asked if he was aware that Sir Keir would say Labour is not ruling out Remain as an option, Mr Corbyn insisted.
Very striking.
No. To up, down. Mr Corbyn insisted that he had seen the speech in time before it was given. However, the Labour leader said his age was no concern to him. I'm very fit, I'm very proud to lead our party, and I'll do the exact same, and I'll do exactly that because I want to bring about social transformation. I want to give to the real hope and the young. If I remember it again, crabs in my pants. To young people, those who are up against our society rather. As a hypothetical Prime Minister, how would Mr. Corbyn know when he had achieved everything he set out? When he was cheat, he replied. Right then, it is that time to have a break. And from that, if we can find the script. There we go. Lovely. Coming up just off the break, beluga whale spotted in the Thames near Gravesland. Just off the break. See you in a minute. Drink. John, you're being awkwardly quiet. Are you doing your challenge? Say yes. Well, you can talk at the end of this. You can do the weather action. No, you can't. Go back on 9:57. We've got a minute to air. Well, this is going well so far. Right? Just a couple of things actually. What's a little bit nice? No. Right then. Time to wear 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5 to wear, stand by. 2, 1. Welcome back. Beluga whale spotted in the Thames near Gravesend. A beluga whale has been spotted in the Thames near Gravesend. Twitter user Dave Andrews said a consultant for the ecologist and the ornithologist, according to his Twitter biography, posted a video of a whale saying, "I can't believe I'm writing this, no joke. Beluga off the Thames coast fought." He added the beluga whale had been feeding around barges for the river for an hour and had not moved for more than 200 meters in either direction of the river. The British Divers Marine Rescue, which helps rescues of stranded I'll forget it. Salidia, something I don't know how to say. And other marine animals said they're sending their area coordinator down to the river to monitor the situation. A spokeswoman for the organisation said it was very rare occurrence and urged people not to go out in boats to get close to the whale, but watch it from the shore. Spokesperson for the RSPCA said the RSPCA is aware of reports of a whale, possibly a beluga in the Thames. We are working with other agencies to monitor the situation and ready to prove appropriate assistance if requested. While the reports of the animal prompted excitement from social media conservationists, warned that the beluga whale, normally found in high Arctic, was lost and could be in trouble. Danny Groves, a Whale Dolphin Conservation WDC, said this is a high Arctic species, thousands of miles from where it should be in the Greenland, Svalbard, or the Barents Sea. They are usually associated close to the ice. He or she is obviously very lost and quite possibly, a lot of trouble. He urged people to give the whale space and minimize the disturbance. Mr. Grove said it was not the first time a beluga has been spotted in UK waters. In recent years, for example, in summer of 2015, two were spotted off the north of Northumberland coast.
It's 9 o'clock.
Be quiet. One Northern Ireland said. He said. In 2006, a whale died after it swam up the Thames into central London despite its efforts to rescue the animal. After being monitored for a few days and making its way into central London, the whale died during a rescue attempt. Now, maybe on tomorrow's news agenda, May plays down prospects of Canada-style Brexit deal. Trump and Iran exchange blows at the UN General Assembly. And a manager said had 6 allergy scares before the teenager's death. I will be back tomorrow in the seats, but from everyone here, a very good night to you. Bye. Right, you can speak now.
No, Sarah.